everybody. How are you? It's John Brewer here, Saltwater Realtor in Delray Beach, Florida. I read an interesting article the other day, posted it on social media, and I got some response to it, but I really wanted to go over it again because I think it's kind of interesting. I know it's a hot button issue here in Delray Beach, but I wanted to bring up a different point of view. Basically what happened was University of Florida came out with a study and said that suburbia threatens to cover nearly double the amount of land now claimed by neighborhoods and shopping centers in Florida. Because the population is projected to reach 34 million by 2070, according to a study conducted by University of Florida researchers who partnered with 1,000 Friends of Florida and the State Department of Agriculture. Based on study results, the researchers called for a change in current building patterns to help preserve the state's farming and natural areas while also preparing the state for the 15 million more residents expected in Florida over the next 50 years. I know this is not a popular topic in Delray, and the way that Delray seems to solve this problem is to, they have a 3-story rule, basically, where no buildings are allowed to go above 3 stories, which when I first moved back here, I didn't quite understand that. A much better alternative, in my opinion, would be to have a contained area where you could allow growth. And then you would see businesses coming in there. You would see an Amish market move in there. Folks would park their cars and not get in them again. One of the best parts that I found of living in New York City was not having to have a car. And I'm not saying Delray is New York City. I know that's the biggest fear of so many people, and I know a lot of people that move from up north down here to Delray Beach so they could get away from that. Unfortunately, they're not making any less people. And if you're thinking about the economy, if you're thinking about ecology, my carbon footprint when I lived in New York City was a lot less than it is now. I've got the big blue marble out there, the FJ Cruiser, that it eats gas, and everywhere I need to go, I got to get in the car and I got to go there. And the younger kids, the millennials that are coming up, are looking for more multi-use, where there's retail on the bottom, where you have a park and you have a self-contained area around there. So where you can live, similar to maybe a Meisner Park in Boca. That seems to be the wave of the future. And what you're getting here is you have basically the state and the study saying, we need this land for agriculture. We need to think of a new way to develop properties than to just sprawl. My mother lives in Virginia, and no matter what time of day you want to go anywhere, you're caught in traffic, and it's just outside of DC, and rush hour is even worse. So I just thought this was interesting, maybe get some discussion going. The study also calls for including a variety of housing types in new development, from houses to apartments, to help make homes more affordable. It also recommends incentives for landowners to keep their land in agricultural operation, and an investment in preserving more land for farming and conservation. So a lot of these agriculture are being approached by large developers who, because they can't get the money to do or they can't get the permits to do a dense project somewhere, they have to go out west where the land is cheaper, and then we lose that land for agriculture. Researchers recommend encouraging more redevelopment within cities and towns, allowing more intense development within or near urban areas, and making it easier to foster transportation alternatives. It's exactly what we're talking about here. Downtown Delray Beach, I've heard a lot of the restaurateurs that I spoke to are saying they're getting priced out of the market. And they're, the campaign is that Delray is a happening, Atlantic Avenue is a hip and happening spot, and it is. But what I hear from a lot of the restaurant people is, come down here on a Monday, come down here on a Tuesday, come down here on a Wednesday, and it's really not that busy. So basically these restaurants are making their money on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a little bit until about 5 or 6 o'clock at night. And what you find when you do allow density in an area like that is you get people that will go out and have dinner during the week. You get people that will go out and stroll during the week. It's just, I see it as the handwriting's on the wall. This study here just confirms everything that I've kind of been thinking when it comes to development and how it affects Delray. I know it's not a popular opinion with a lot of people, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but just looking towards the future and where this city is going. We can keep sprawling out, or we can focus on one area and allow that to become the hub and the center, kind of like Worthing Place is now, and allowing more development. And then you get your supermarkets that will move in there, or your smaller Amish markets, and people will park their cars and not get in them again for the whole weekend. I mean, I think that's the idea behind everything. Anyway, I'd love to hear people's opinions on this. It's something Delray is going to have to deal with in the next couple of years, and I would love to see it be done in a smart way. I'd love to see your thoughts and opinions. Chime on in. Everybody have a great day. Saltwater Realtor here signing out. John Brewer. See you. Bye.